Mhm. All right, folks, it's Sherman Ray. This is the Livin in Vegas podcast. Time to get this show started. Let's go. And welcome, everybody. This is Sherman Ray, and this is the Livin in Vegas podcast where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. And I am so excited to be back with you folks. Yesterday was my birthday, so I was out yesterday. We started the show, but I was really had to get out because it was my birthday and I really wanted to just enjoy it and relax. So we kind of had a short show and stuff like that. But I hope you had a good time. And I'm still getting well wishes on my birthday on Facebook and stuff like that. Thank you so much, everybody. I really do. I really appreciate it. As you get older, it seems like you go, man, I'm just getting older, but it's always good to have friends who are just as old as I am, who are just saying thank you, or saying happy birthday, sure. Um, so I'm going on and welcome all of our friends who are on Facebook. So we're going over there right now and saying hello to everybody who's on our Facebook pages. We have three, actually four or five pages we actually broadcast on Facebook. We have Livin in Vegas, a group page. We have a business page. We've got Livin Weekly page, which is great. And I think we're on Black Success Magazine. Oh, and on my personal page. So I have a personal page. I go to that personal page quite often. So if you'd like to just follow me personally and see what we're doing, like yesterday, I think we posted about my dinner yesterday. So I went over to a place called Paradise Place. It's a Jamaican restaurant because I'm Jamaican, and went over there and had dinner with the lovely Mrs. Ray. Fantastic food. I gotta tell you, not just good, fantastic. I had the curried chicken, a little rice and peas, a little thing of veggies. It was just a great time. So, I want to welcome everybody to the show this morning. You notice we have a different background, and you got to change things up a little bit. And want to welcome everybody to the show. If you have anything you would like to tell us about on Facebook, be sure to do it. Don't hesitate. I'm here as your humble servant, and we will talk to you for just as long as we're here, anyway. So, some of you may not know who I am at all. I'm Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine, and we're working. This is our current issue of Livin in Vegas magazine, and these are our great friends here, Kristen and Greg Berta, who are on the cover of Livin in Vegas magazine, and they'll be there for another couple of weeks, anyways, for at least a couple more weeks. And looks like I've got. Oh, um, so we're working on the July edition right now. So if you'd like to be in the July edition of Livin in Vegas magazine, I'm telling you, we're already on the final glide path to it. It will be out July 1st. And if you'd like to be an advertiser, anything like that, definitely you've got to send us your information. I'm going to actually put that information up here right now, too, because if I don't, people will be so upset at me. You've got to contact us at info@livininvegas.com. That's info@livininvegas.com to be in this magazine right here. Oh, sorry, that way. This magazine, okay? So if you want to be in the magazine, okay, you've got to contact info@livininvegas.com, and we will take care of you, okay? Excuse me. Let's pay a bill or so, and we'll be back and we'll talk a little bit about the show. Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you've got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Wow. Yeah, that's right. If you're talking about living in Vegas, you're thinking living local, folks. And once again, the current issue of Livin in Vegas magazine is up, and definitely this is the one you want to look at, folks. At least for the time being. Okay. Let's get started with the show because we got a lot of stuff to do today. I got to get working here really hard today. So there was a story out recently. And I don't know if you saw this, and this really does matter a lot to Las Vegas. I noticed some of you are probably not going to make a lot of difference to you, but we are the city of weddings. Okay, there are more weddings performed in Las Vegas than any other city. The state of Nevada really makes its living off of weddings, and one of the highlights of the wedding industry are the Elvis weddings. Well, which means basically you can go out and have an Elvis impersonator. He'll come out and he'll go, "Hey, baby, go home, I love a honka burn love." Oh, that kind of stuff. Evidently, the wedding industry is they were served a cease and desist order from the company. Get this, a company owns the rights to the Elvis image. Okay, so the company that licenses Elvis Presley merchandise says stop. You're going to have to stop doing your Elvis impersonations. And oh crap, I would say another word if I cussed a lot, but so this is not good. I mean, this is bad. So there was an article. A guy named Willis Williams. He runs 2 wedding chapels in Las Vegas, and says Elvis themes are always in demand. Really, they are. I mean, people want to be, whether it's a tall Elvis, small Elvis, black Elvis, white Elvis, fat, skinny, Asian Elvis, they want Elvis impersonations. They want a guy that's going to be it. They go out to the famous Las Vegas welcome sign, Elvis. Okay. Elvis made his living here in Vegas. We personify Elvis. As a matter of fact, I have on our podcast, some of you have seen it already. I'm thinking of it right. Our podcast has Elvis Presley on the podcast as one of as a caricature. Okay, we live and breathe Elvis. I look like Elvis, don't I? Okay, maybe not. So there's a company that says basically you got to stop it. We are probably going to have to do it already. It's called Authentic Brands Group, and they basically sent out a cease and desist order and told everybody basically you got to stop this. Wow. So, which means Elvis is going to fade into the literally, and one of the companies that does the Elvis weddings basically says, look, we're the ones who've made Elvis. Yeah, we made Elvis who he is. We're the ones who've kept his image alive, his memory alive all these years, and now you're basically telling us, wow. It's a tough one. That is a tough one. Okay, well, that is what it is. Mayor Pete's in town. Many of you know that Mayor Pete, the transportation secretary, is in town talking about a proposed, or not a proposed, it's going to be a works project that's going to give us more access to the Strip corridor area, and it's going to be the Tropicana interchange off of I-15. And I'm going to. This is going to be really ugly, folks. So I'm going to let you see what this looks like, okay? Because this is actually pretty interesting. So bear with me for just a second, okay? And just check it out, okay? Just hang on a second. So I'm going to show you what this flyover looks like. Can you see this? I think most of you can probably see what this looks like. Um, this is the proposed. This is the proposed flyover that they're going to be working on for the Tropicana over it. So they're going to be redoing this whole thing. I mean, you can see this; it's very interesting. They're going to be redoing the whole thing, and the reason why they're saying it is because they want to improve the traffic. You can see how the traffic is moving. So that road, the big main road there, is actually Tropicana itself, or excuse me, I-15, and the flyover is what they're going to be working on. So you can see how they're changing it. They're going to have an underpass and they're going to have an overpass, and they're going to be changing the whole thing. And it's going to be crazy, folks. I mean, it really is going to be very crazy, and you're going to see that. All right, let's get back to the show here. Oops. Let's get back to the show, and let's get rid of that. Okay, sorry. All right, so I wanted you to see that because this is going to take place here, starting pretty soon here, according to this article that I was reading on it. They're going to start this project pretty close to the summer, midsummer. Is it going to start this summer though? Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's expected to kick off late this summer. So, oh gosh, get ready, folks. And it's going to go all the way till 2024. Okay, so it's going to start late this summer of 2022. It'll go all the way till 2024. We're talking 2 years now. And they said yes. It's going. The question is it going to impact your driving? Oh heck yes. And are you going to like it? Oh heck no. This is going to be ugly. This is not going to be pretty at all. It's going to be pretty ugly, as a matter of fact. And I don't know, folks. Get ready for some upgrades over at the I-15, and that's just kind of the way it is. Yeah. What else do we want? Let's do one more thing. Let's pay another bill, and we'll talk a little bit more about some other things that are going on in the valley. Okay, we'll be right back. All right. Hey, I'm back, folks. It's Sherman Ray. This is the Livin in Vegas podcast. We come to you each and every day, Monday through Friday. Talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. And so I probably didn't tell you guys this. I do a lot of, do a lot of videos and stuff like that. Pretty much. And I do a lot of podcasts. You probably know that because I'm on every day. But I was recently contacted by a pretty notable. Did I still have it? No, I don't have it with me. Pretty notable magazine publisher who wanted me to do their podcast for them and to help them with their podcast. And so I agreed to do that. And so I'm really excited about it. I think it's an honor, it's a privilege to help someone else out and to expand what I do, because one of the things I do a lot of is I talk a lot. Ask my wife. She gets home in the evenings, and all it is from the time she gets home is like, okay, so that's kind of what I do. So someone else has recognized that that's what I do too. So they're hiring me to sit in for a little bit. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'll let you know from our first show, but hopefully they'll let me show some of the segments on our podcast. Would love to be able to do that. Okay. So we're starting that pretty quick here. We publish, so we're doing another event, folks, and I'm so excited about this. So Livin Expos is another event we're going to be talking about. So it's called Vegas Livin Expos, and I'm really excited about this, that we're going to be um, working to put this particular project together. And so if you are into home interiors, you're into lighting, that kind of stuff, you're into renovations, crafts, that kind of thing, please contact us. We're actually going to be giving information out really quick here because we're working on, it's a vendor expo. We want to put those people together who do to do that kind of stuff, especially during the summer. If you're going to do anything, the summertime is the time that you're going to be doing things with your house. So we want to make sure that you know all about that. Also, in about another 2 or 3 days, we're going to be over at the Santa Fe station. We'll be with our friends over for the Large Vision Business Networking Mixer. So we'll be out at the Santa Fe station. That will be on the 7th, I believe it is. Pretty sure it's 7th. Our next show will actually we'll get the flyer up so you can actually check that out. So we'll be out there. You can actually check us out. If you would like to be a vendor at one of those events, contact us. Just contact us. We'll pull some strings. We'll get you in there. Okay, we will definitely do that. And so we'll put some information up about that also. Okay. Do we have time for one more? No, we don't. Okay, so folks, we are. If you want to see the rest of this video, definitely go to our website at livininvegas.com. That's livininvegas.com and check out the rest of this video. Just scroll down to the bottom of the page. There's a bunch of videos. I mean, just a bunch of videos. They're updated every time we update. Those videos will update, and you can actually watch the rest of it. Probably be up in another half an hour or so, and you can actually watch the rest of it. A lot of cool things we're going to be talking about on our next show. Anyways, this has been Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. When you think of living in Vegas, think living local. This is Sherman Ray for the Livin in Vegas podcast. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. All right, folks, we are back for the second half of the show, and I want to thank you all for being a part of the show. In the first part of the show, we were actually talking about the Elvis impersonators, and I'll tell you, that's pretty big. It really is very, very. I know some people are going, "What? Stupid Elvis?" No, and if you've seen any of our podcasts, our logo, the thing that we put on our podcast is actually Elvis. So this is actually affecting us too. I didn't even think about it. I thought, at first I'm thinking, man, it kind of sucks for the people who are doing Elvis impersonations, but I love Elvis. I really do. I think he's very cool. And so this is going to affect a lot of people. So we might join in the class action lawsuit against this company, excuse me, that's trying to stop everybody from doing that kind of stuff. Okay, let's talk about jobs. Jobs here in the great state of Nevada. During the beginning of the pandemic, we heard this report about the jobs that were lost during the pandemic. Las Vegas was hit the worst of any state, any city in America. We lost a lot. I mean, we lost so many jobs during that time. And just because of the nature of our city and the severity of the lockdown that we had, Governor Sisolak, basically it was July, or was it? It was actually a little earlier than that. He basically said everybody shut everything down. And when he did that, the entire strip, downtown area, all of the casinos were all shut down. And we have a lot of casinos and a lot of ancillary or auxiliary businesses that feed those casinos. Print shops, food, all those things that feed into the casinos all had shut down too because there was no business. They had nothing to do. Well, good news. It seems like people are interested in work. It looks like people are coming back. So right now, at the height of the pandemic, here's the article. It says at the height of the pandemic, the Las Vegas economy was one of the hardest hit in the country, but new numbers show the metropolitan area has recovered faster than any other major city in the U.S. More people are working now in Las Vegas than before the pandemic, and businesses like restaurants having a hard time finding employees. Don't I know it? Okay, we're having a hard time finding people to work with us. It's amazing. So once again, if you'd like, and I've probably never even said this on the show here, if you would like um, to work and you want a job, contact us. I am more than happy to get you in here. We need writers, we need graphics people, we need all kinds of people because and now that we're doing a new expo, we're going to need more people to do that. So yeah, so we've got more jobs now than we have people who are willing to work. So it's good news, it's bad news, it's good news, it's bad news. So another story, Siegfried and Roy. Many of you don't know who these guys are. Siegfried and Roy used to be the number one draw on the strip. Not only did they have a draw, folks, they had a draw. They had the White Tigers. You can see it here in this picture. They had the Siegfried and Roy Theater. They moved from place to place. And over the last number of years, first I think it was Roy who died, and then Siegfried died. So Roy died first. He was bit by one of the tigers, and it's unfortunate. Matter of fact, they lived down the street. Actually, I don't live very far from them. Their home, or they did live at. So they were lion tamers, great show, that kind of stuff. Maybe I'd love to do a story on them. I think we will. I think we'll do a story on them. So it's because we'll remind people of who these guys are. I've got to write this down because if I don't, we're going to do that. We will. We're going to do a story on them because I think they're so important. They really are a part of Siegfried. And because I've known these guys for so many years. Matter of fact, my brother-in-law lives on the very in the northern side of town, right at the edge of a piece of property that Siegfried and Roy used to house all of their animals at. And now they're partitioning it off and they're selling it off now to build homes. But that was where they're at. So anyways, so let's go back to the story. So Siegfried and Roy, they're having a sale of all their stuff. So they're auctioning off a bunch of their stuff. It's going to be June 8th and 9th in Los Angeles. What? Why is it in LA? They should do it here. So that's ridiculous. Why are they doing it in LA? They should be doing it here. This is where they lived. Okay, so we're going to find out. Maybe they're going to. So there's a slideshow. We'll put a link to this. Check on our website, livinvegas.com. Go to the links page. We'll put a link to this story because some of you might actually want to bid on some of the stuff. The asking price on some of it as low as $200 and as high as $100,000. They've got some cool stuff here, and there's a slideshow that you can see all of the cool stuff. A lot of Asian inspired stuff, Indian, Asian, that kind of inspired stuff. Very, very cool. Clark County School District, folks, in another story. The Clark County School District is upping their pay for new hires, $7,000. Big money. And this is pretty cool. Bonuses for support staff, teacher pay. This is the first time since 2015 the company is raising the annual salary it pays starting teachers. So they're going from $43,000 to $50,000. Not a bad deal. $50,000 for a school teacher. Let's get to some even more important stuff before I run out of time because I talk so much. UNLV. Okay, so UNLV is doing something really cool. And once again, folks, if you watch this show, you're going to find out about UNLV in a big way. Class of 2022 to be inducted into the UNLV Athletics Hall of Fame. Held its first UNLV Athletics Hall of Fame held its first ceremony 5 years when it welcomed the class of 2022 on May 21st at the Strip View Pavilion on campus. So they got 9 people who were actually inducted into the Hall of Fame, and so we're so excited about it. So what we'll do. Oh gosh, the whole story kind of disappeared here, but we'll leave a link to this one too because this is a very cool story. I mean, it really is a very cool story about who was inducted into the Hall of Fame because we actually have some cool people in Las Vegas. Also, folks, the Aces. Oh yeah, they did their thing again. The Aces. Who are these girls? They're on a 7-run win streak for the Aces. Oh yeah, they beat the Connecticut Sun. Excuse me, 89-81, and Asia Wilson. I think she had about 19 points in this game, and Chelsea Plum had contributed. And guess who showed up at the game? Yeah, Tom Brady. Whatever. I know. So Tom Brady's in town. He and who else? Patrick Mahomes. Guy who plays for the Green Bay Packers. I forgot his name. Aaron Rodgers. And who else? Oh gosh, there's a foursome that are playing. They're going to be playing today. Matter of fact, they're playing here today. So I guess he went and saw the game, which is great. So, that's pretty cool. People are excited. Everybody jumps on the bandwagon. When you're a winner, they jump on the bandwagon, and Tom Brady's no different than anyone else. He's jumping on the bandwagon. So, we're excited for him. We're excited that Tom Brady came out to the game, but it is what it is. There was actually a story that I saw, and we'll end on this one. There was a story that I saw this morning. Wallet Hub, remember those guys? Wallet Hub is a curator of all kinds of very curious information. Guess who is in the top 10 places to have a staycation? Yes, Las Vegas. We're number 6. Yeah, overall ranking, we're number 6 for places to stay. And if you're talking about just food, we're number 2. Okay, if you're just talking about number 2 staycation, number 2 is Las Vegas. But overall, our overall ranking, we're number 6 so we're in the top 10 of places to have a staycation. So number 1 would be Honolulu. Okay, that's cool. And Orlando, Chicago, Fort Lauderdale, Portland, Maine, and then Las Vegas. Not bad, I must say. Nobody wants to go to New York. Who wants to stay in New York? Are you kidding me? Yeah, and they've got some really. Miami's not even in the top 10. I know somebody's asking about that. Is Miami there? No, they're not even. L.A. Nobody wants to be there. San Francisco. Actually, even San Francisco ranks lower than us. They're actually right below us. And the reason why? They have bad food. We rank higher than them in food. And what else? Recreation. They got a little more recreation. Okay, I won't even say anything about that. Just if you avoid all the homeless people. Okay. But other than that, we are still the schnizzle. We're all this stuff. So that's cool. We'll leave a link to this story also on our website at livininvegas.com. So I want to say one more time, folks, our July edition of Livin in Vegas magazine, we're working on it right now. We're going to start on the final edits on it, and we want to get that out into your hands. You will get this, folks. If you want to get a copy of it, okay, and we're really working hard to put together a print version of this. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it. It depends on advertisers, that kind of stuff. If you would like to be an advertiser, Livin in Vegas magazine, okay, it's really easy, okay, and we're going to be really pushing hard on this. Contact me at info@livininvegas.com. Okay, info@livininvegas.com. If you want to be an advertiser in our first print edition of Livin in Vegas magazine, okay? And this is really important. We're going to be pushing this hard, so don't be surprised if you hear somebody knocking at your door, okay? Knocking at your door, because that's going to be us trying to get you to become an advertiser at livininvegas.com. Anyways, we'll see you again, folks, for Livin in Vegas magazine, the podcast. I'm Sherman Ray, the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. When you think of living in Vegas, folks, think living local. We'll see you again tomorrow, folks.